Laurens Vanthoor joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Laurens, looking at you, curious, you just spent, 3/4 of 24 hours in a race car. After you finish all these damn interviews, are you going to go home and crash for 24 hours?
But honestly, the exhaustion is slowly kicking in. I think so far the emotions was taking the upper hand, but now slowly I need a coffee or Red Bull. But yeah, it's been amazing. It's still difficult to put everything into words. Those most of the time come late at night when you're laying in bed. But yeah, pretty special so far.
Again, Laurens Vanthoor joining us here in the Freak Nation Daytona 24-hour winner, running for Roger Penske. And I know you were asked about this in the press conference about beating up on your little brother, of course, who you beat in Saturday, Sunday. Okay, 24 hours, who you beat in the Daytona 24. He's your little brother by, 6, 7 years? Do you still enjoy beating up on your little brother, especially in a race car?
No, I mean, obviously, we're brothers, so we always want to be the best. But I genuinely feel also like sad for him. Things don't work out. Obviously, if it comes down to the wire, I'd prefer myself to win than him. That's why we're racing. I think that's normal. But if it's not me, then I love seeing him having success. And he drove really well, really quick. But it wasn't their day, unfortunately for us. But it's quite special and quite cool to have this.
Now, Laurens, did I hear you at one point in the weekend say that your dad was not there on site? He was watching on TV. He had to watch both of his sons racing in one of the greatest races in the world from across the pond.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously quite far from home, so I'm a bit of a busy man. But yeah, he always watches at home on TV. He said he's not smoking, but he's probably smoking 2 cigarettes at a time when he's watching us. So his armpits sweat. Very stressful thing, but I imagine he's also proud.
We talk with sports car drivers all the time about being aware or what their awareness is of other drivers, other activity going on around them on track. But is that an elevated thing with you when it comes to another family member with which you're going door to door with?
It is a bit of, you try and treat not different to somebody else, but that's hard to do. Because he's in there, he knows that. And we've learned, luckily, over experiences that we try and treat each other well. And the situation allows that we actually, try and do each other a favor instead of having a brother rivalry. Sometimes had in the past, which every brother. But it's, happy I didn't do the end of the race against him.
Laurens Vanthoor, Rolex 24, overall winner, running for Roger Penske. You think Roger Penske could work on maybe the tech issue right now at the Daytona 24-hour media center? That's a crappy... All right, I digress. Sorry. We're still happy to have you, of course. The Daytona 24-hour, it's the Super Bowl of sports cars. There are drivers that would love to have something like this at the very end of the year, but I'd say the majority of the drivers, they understand why it's here at Daytona and the 24-hour. It's the Super Bowl for them. Where do you fall along those lines?
Don't really care, to be honest, as long as I win it. People remember it over winter, beginning of the year, it starts well. So, yeah.
Laurens Vanthoor, your Rolex 24 overall winner, joining us here in the Freak Nation. I know a lot of people are tugging at you to get you on their show. Thank you for taking 5 minutes out to join us here in the Freak Nation in our new digs in the Lucas Oil Studios, buddy. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Crasher, you want to say it? Mike's, Richie?
Do I want to say what?
You want to say it? How horrible that Wi-Fi was with Laurens?
It spoke for itself. I think I heard 3 of his words.
But you got to go. Listen, you've got to go with the winner.
Absolutely. No, without question. So,
and that was cleaned up. Trust me. That was polished, spit shined. That S was clean. That S was cleaned up. to where we could even make it airable.
You know what, though? Even Wi-Fi gets tired after a 24-hour race. I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
Everybody's tired after a 24-hour race. So, yeah, he claims that he's going to, I forget the exact word he used, but he claimed that he needed some Red Bull or some coffee. He's on the champagne right now, I can almost guarantee.
And one thing, I don't know if you made it out in the interview, but he's talking about his dad. He said his dad smokes packs of cigarettes, multiple packs of cigarettes when he watches the sun race, and then he pits out.
So he smokes and then he sweats. And with two of his sons basically battling it out in the last hour of a 24-hour race, yeah, who knows? The cameras, there you go. We're going to talk about Fox and how their new BFF is IndyCar. Bye-bye, NASCAR. No, just kidding, kind of. But we're going to talk about that later. But IMSA, you and NBC, why don't you put a camera on Mr. Vanthoor next year, or for the 12 hours of Sebring, watching his sons go at it again, and we can do some prop bets on the side. How many heaters does Dad go through? How is he pitting out? I'm just saying. That's the kind of thing that's coming up in marketing these days.
Yep. Richie, you care to pontificate a little bit there about how great that production was there, my friend?
The Wi-Fi in Florida. Look, here's the thing. It snowed in Destin, Florida. Yeah, it
Pensacola.
It snowed in Destin, Florida. Like
It snowed in Florida, Richie. You don't need. It snowed in Florida.
It snowed in Florida.
6 inches of snow in
10.
Florida. 10 inches of snow in Florida.
So if it's snowing in Florida, that would go a long ways to explaining why they can't get any good Wi-Fi at Daytona National Speedway. Things are weird, man. It's 2025.